I'm a professional makeup artist, and here are some techniques I like to use to make my bride's makeup last all day. So the first step I like to do is, of course, moisturize. A good moisturizer that I like to use to prep the skin is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. It's important to moisturize the skin and prep it very well before adding the foundation. This protects the skin and it adds a very good base. And when doing the skin prep, we don't want to overdo it. We don't need to add 10 steps to the skin prep because that can cause our client to have a reaction to one of the ingredients and we won't even know what it is. A rule of thumb I like to use is keep it simple and stick to the basics. So the next step that I like to do is prime the skin. It's not always important, but I like to use it to either blur the skin or to make it dewy, more glowy. So one that I really love to use is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. This makes the skin look so airbrushed and just adds that extra glow that we love. This primer really does just add such a nice glow to the skin without making it look too oily, and actually does a great job at blurring the skin. So right now I'm putting on some chapstick, and I like to do this before I get to the lipstick because while we do the skin and the eyeshadow, by the time we get to the lips, they're nice and hydrated and ready for some lipstick. So next step is foundation, a foundation that I love that also does a great job at airbrushing and is so lightweight, just looks great on the skin, is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This foundation lasts all day. It does an amazing job. So I'm just mixing the two shades together, shade 3 and 5, and I will match that to her skin shade. So when applying foundation, I like to first apply it with a brush and get it onto the face. And then I go in with the beauty blender and really blend it all in, have it all melt into the skin. So I like to spray my beauty blender with setting spray before going in and blending the foundation. This will really allow the foundation to melt in seamlessly. It gives it more of a glow and it helps it stay in place a lot longer. So I like to spray my setting spray in between each step when it comes to the base. This really allows the makeup to just, again, melt into the skin and makes it last so much longer and gives it more of an airbrushed look. So the next step is concealer. My two favorite concealers are the Hourglass and the NARS Radiant Concealer. So I actually mixed the two concealers together to get the shade that I wanted. So the reason why I like to spray the setting spray right before blending out the concealer is because it makes it blend out a lot more seamlessly and again gives it more of a natural look. So the next step is cream bronzing, and this is my favorite bronzer to use. It works on any skin type and it blends out so easy. And I like to use a circular motion when applying the cream bronzer. It allows it to go on much smoother and softer. So after we place the bronzer with the brush, I like to go in with the beauty blender and I like to just blend everything in to make it look a lot more seamless. Now I'm gonna go in with blush. My favorite one is the Cream Blush by NARS. And I like to place the blush typically right above the bronzer, starting at the apples of the cheek and lifting it just slightly to really give that lifting effect. And same thing that we did with the bronzer, I'm just going to blend it in with my beauty blender, making sure it's all blended. And before I go in with powder to set the face, I actually like to spray it one more time with my setting spray. This allows all the makeup to really lock in before going with the powder and will allow the powder to sit very smoothly, very airbrush, and not look cakey. Now I'm going in with my beauty blender one more time to even it all out before going in with the powder. And for the powder, I like to use the Laura Mercier loose setting powder. And a huge game changer for me is when I started to use this powder puff. I got a pack of 12 on Amazon and they are life-changing. And look up at the ceiling. And you guys can see here what I mean about the powder puff. It blurs the skin so much. I used to use a beauty blender to set, and using this, I will never go back. And after I've used cream bronzer and blush on her, I actually like to go in with a powder bronzer and blush on top. And I like to just go over those places where I bronzed her with the cream products. This will really allow the bronzer or blush to set well, and also giving it that color to show all day. After we've done our powder bronzer, I like to go in with my blush. This is my absolute favorite blush. This is the Milani Berry Amour number 3. It's great. And again, I just like to place this where I put her blush and really mix it in there. Can you turn towards the light actually? And I'm gonna spray her one more time after I've done all the powders. Okay, now onto brows and eyeshadow. Okay, and open your eyes, just look straight. And the last step is putting on some highlight, and this adds so much glow. And I'm just adding a little more into the inner corner and the Cupid's bow. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
Babe, come look, I look amazing.
And last step is lips. For lips, I like to use my favorite, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. This is the mini version. I meant to order the bigger version, but this is what I get. So we're working with this. So now I'm just adding some highlight to her collarbone, and I'm actually going to add some to the shoulders too. I love doing this to all my brides. It makes the biggest change. Okay, we're all done. Here's the final look.